Welcome to For Good Measure, an interview series celebrating diverse composers and other creative artists. I'm Nanette McGuinness, Artistic Executive Director of Ensemble for these times. In this week's episode, we continue our conversation with Mia Nardi-Huffman. Talk to me, please, about the music you've played with us or playing with us or, whatever.
Of course, yeah. I was so pleased. We played our first concert together in October 2022.
Right.
And the Martineau Piano Trio was on that concert. And it was also at Old First Church.
Yes,
San
good
Francisco.
memory.
Yes, and that was a venue that I had always gone to see concerts, and I always wanted to perform there. And this was actually my first opportunity to do so.
Oh, wow.
And with a piece that I had always wanted to play.
I love that piece.
Yes,
oh
it's so good. And of course, playing with Margaret and with Abby was terrific. And they were both so warm. And then we got to work together as well,
Yeah.
Which was fantastic. And, as a classical musician, I can probably name on one hand the number of spaces I've been in that are mostly or all women. It's like so rare. And there was just something very comforting about that and very inspiring about it. And that's really, I think, what initially connected me with the group was that it was like female led. And of course, great music, great venues. So yes, I've been playing since October 2022, playing with E4TT. Even through my move to the East Coast, I've flown back, was able to play with you guys again. I believe that was April or May 2023.
I think so.
Yeah.
I have to look in my archives.
Yeah, I know it was springtime of that year.
Yeah.
And that was also just a really great time. So I'm excited to be playing again with E4TT in September in New York City, in my home city, and in Boston, which is where I was born. So it's a really nice full circle moment there.
It totally is. I was born in Boston also. Did
really?
You know?
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah.
Wow.
Apparently during a blizzard.
Sounds like Boston. Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Well, it was funny because at one point I thought my mother must be exaggerating. So I went and looked at the old weather records.
Sure.
And there was quite the snowstorm.
Wow.
When I was born. So, there it is.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Well, when we did that Martineau, I hadn't known it. I had just auditioned it for performing for us to do when I was doing my season planning, and I fell in love with it.
Yeah.
And I love Martineau in general. We're going to do a string duo.
Oh, that's
this
so cool.
November.
Fantastic.
I know. I wish you were out here because the violinist who usually guests with us isn't available. So, we're looking for, but it's too far. Don't worry.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm always kind of in the back of my mind when I'm doing my program planning a season or two ahead, because, we're looking ahead. I always have in the back of my mind, is there another Martineau out there that we could do? Because I love his voice.
Yes, I agree. Voice. It's very well written music too for the instruments. It's very
good.
Playable.
It's not always easy, I'm told.
No, I'm currently working on the Prokofiev Sonata for 2 solo violins, and sometimes I'll get to something and I'm like, what? He's such a fabulous composer, but sometimes it just lays nowhere on the violin. And with the Martineau, it's challenging music. The piano trio was certainly very challenging, but it's approachable and it lays well on the instrument. So for that, I'm very grateful.
Well, you played it beautifully.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. I still sometimes listen to that recording when I'm putting together grant applications that let me reach a little farther into the past at this point. Yeah. And when I can, I'm like, oh, yes.
It was quite good. Yeah.
So other than touring with us, do you have anything coming up that you'd like to share with us?
Sure, of course. So in actually about 3 weeks from now, I'm performing that Prokofiev 2 violin sonata with my colleague Sam Nelson. Sam and I play together in Estrellas, formed that group together. And we both play in the Brooklyn Chamber Players. And we do about 3 or 4 salons with them per year here in Brooklyn, New York. And they're usually in beautiful spaces. We've played in old brownstones, performance art spaces, black box theaters. So there are always a couple of those throughout the year, and I always look forward to doing those.
Nice.
Which I'm really looking forward to. And then in the fall of 2025, I'll be touring again with the Emo Orchestra, October and November. Not quite sure yet who we're playing with, but it's usually an emo band that was popular in the early 2000s. Which, I was an emo kid. I loved that music when I was young, so it's a real treat for me. And it's a great chance to travel the country. We hop in a tour bus and do a big tour of the country, and I get to see, friends and family along the way. So very much looking forward to that. Other than that, my string quartet, Astraeus, is still continuing to perform here and there. So the best way to know what we're up to is to follow us on Instagram, Astraeus Chamber Collective. And
do you want to spell that for people who?
Sure, that's true. Astraeus is a little hard to pronounce. It's Astraeus. And then Chamber Collective on Instagram, and we always post what we're up to over there.
That's really great. How did you come up with that name?
I wish I could say it was some big thing. I know that we wanted it to be sort of celestial. And we also didn't want it to sound exactly like the other string quartets in the Bay Area at the time. So we were toying with a couple here and there, and I just thought that it sounded very regal. Yeah, I remember the other one we were thinking of the Acorn Quartet or something. Yeah, and I'm glad we didn't go with that. Astraeus has definitely stood the test of time. And, it sounds lovely, but yes, when people ask me if there's a deeper meaning, not really.
No, but what's really maybe part of what makes it sound regal is the us ending, which is a Latin ending. So it sounds like there's this mighty precedent behind it. And then the Astra, so you're celestial. You got your celestial dreams. So
exactly. Yeah. My cat is named Stella, so there's a lot of celestial stuff going on in my naming practices.
Yeah, so it's a good name.
Yeah.
And I should say, going back, you were talking about some nice spaces. Old First, where you had been and wanted to perform, it has fabulous acoustics.
Oh, incredible. Yeah.
I mean, I remember when I was still a young singer and was putting together a demo back when I did that, as opposed to just taking performance things and saying, this is live, this is me.
Yeah.
But I did one of my early demos there. And, it's just a really nice space to perform.
Yes. Yeah. I remember that, when we had our sound check there, the sound just pings right out. It's really, really nice. And I feel that I noticed this with Ninth Planet as well. When we were looking for spaces to perform around that size, there aren't a lot in San Francisco.
No, there's that one. There's Noe Valley Ministry.
Yes. Yeah.
And the Community Music Center. Yeah. These are all spaces that will hold. Community Music Center is a little smaller. They hold, I think, 100 to 120, whereas I think Old First and Noe Valley, depending on whether they open up their balcony or not, they hold, let's say, 200-ish.
Yeah.
But you're right. I'm sure there are other spaces I'm not thinking of, but those are the most famous chamber settings right there. So, and Old First, I think a couple of years ago, celebrated the 50th year of their series, and they do all sorts of stuff, but they've been a wonderful home to musicians for tons of great concerts. So, may they keep going.
Yes, I hope so. They're fantastic. It was, so nice to play there.
Yeah, I've performed there both before E4TT existed and then once it did and so forth. So, so you do a lot of teaching and you're gigging around and you're having a great time back in your home city.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I teach all over the place. I'm on faculty at the 92nd Street Y, so I have students there. Yeah, and then I have my private students, and I teach on Zoom. So, lots of teaching and lots of playing, but that's really how I like it. Lots of music all the time.
That's so wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining us. It was great having you on this podcast, and we're looking forward to the fall.
Me too. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for listening to For Good Measure. And a special thank you to our guest, Mia Nardi-Huffman, for joining us today. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to our podcast by clicking on the subscribe button and support us by sharing it with your friends, posting about it on social media, and leaving us a rating and a review. To learn more about E4TT, our concert season online and in the Bay Area, or to make a tax-deductible donation, please visit us at www.e4tt.org. This podcast is made possible by grants from the California Arts Council, the San Francisco Arts Commission, Grants for the Arts, and generous donors like you. For Good Measures produced by Nanette McGuinness and Ensemble for These Times and designed by Brennan Stokes, with special thanks to co-producer and audio engineer Stephanie M. Neumann. Remember to keep supporting equity in the arts and tune in next week for Good Measure.